Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So excited you're here because today I'm going to be introducing my brand new TBR board game. Been working on it for a couple months and I'm really happy to finally be able to show you guys because I worked really hard on it and yeah, I've been just dying to show you. Also, I've been like back and forth on a name for it. Nothing really felt right, and everything that felt right, like everything that just clicked, was already too close to something else. Like it was too close to a movie name or a video game or whatever. Basically, I would think of a name for it and then I would search YouTube to see if it was already taken because I didn't want to copy anybody and I didn't want it to get lost. So I would think of something, but it would be too close to something else. Like not exactly the same, but too close to something. Anyways, so for now, it's called Horrified TBR. Subject to change, so don't get too attached because it doesn't sound right still. It just doesn't sound right. But I haven't been able to really sit down and think or get my feet on the ground or anything because it's been a wild couple of months. It's just been one thing after another life-wise, and that's just how things go sometimes. But I'm open to suggestions if you have any. And yeah, just don't get too attached to the name. Also, I'm a mess today. Normally, I come to these videos my best self and I would put makeup on and all that. I didn't do that today because I don't feel my best and I knew that I wouldn't want to mess with it and I wouldn't want to mess with taking it off later, so I didn't do it. And also, normally, I don't get too personal in these videos. I just talk books and that's it. But I do need to explain something just to explain, one, why I'm a mess, and two, if you notice that I slur at all or my mouth is moving weird or anything like that, I'm just going to explain it so that you don't think anything weird's happening. Basically, my jaw's out of line. Like I woke up a few days ago and it was hurting and my teeth weren't connecting on one side. Like I could tell it was way off. And as the day went by, I kept thinking maybe it would correct itself, but it just hurt. And eventually I was able to kind of get it to connect, but it just hurt and it would hurt to chew or whatever. And still I waited because that's what I do. I didn't want to have to call my doctor, and I waited it out and it gradually got worse and worse. And even though they're kind of connected, like my teeth are kind of connected, the pain is there. Like it hurts. Like my jaw hurts. It hurts to chew. It hurts to talk. Oh my God, don't even get me started on yawning. Like I have to stop a yawn. Sorry if you hear the air conditioner. But if I could feel a yawn, I have to stop it because I can't open my mouth all the way. It's impossible. Like I can't do it. So yeah, I'm living on soup and mashed potatoes or whatever because anything else, it hurts to chew. And yeah, so, and apparently I have again, sorry for all this personal information I don't normally throw at you. I know that's not what you're here for, but just to explain it a little bit further, how this happened in my damn sleep is, because you wouldn't think it would, but apparently this is very common. I went to my rheumatologist because I have a joint issue, and he said this is very common with people with my joint issue because the tissue in my body is weak, so my joints aren't protected, and that's why they move about weird and they're not protected, so I'm prone to dislocations. So the joint shifting the way it did, or my jaw shifting the way it did, is very common with people with my issue. So he's referring me to a specialist that specializes in the jaw pain and the jaw misalignment or whatever they called it. And also this doctor that he's referring me to also knows about the joint issue. So they're going to fix it. I don't know what that means, but I'm terrified. And they're also going to do something to prevent it happening again because he said it will happen again because I'm prone to dislocations. Cool. Yay me. But if you notice that if I'm slurring or anything weird, there's nothing weird happening. But except for that. But I just didn't want you to think anything was off except for that. And that's also why I'm looking at disaster, because this week has been really awful. Aside from that, there's even bigger things happening that are just, crappy. It's just been a rough week. That's okay though. I'm powering through and I'm really excited. I couldn't wait another week to show you guys. That's why I'm here, because I could have just skipped this week. I could have just been like, it's fine, because I have no problem skipping. I have no problem saying, hey, I'm not my best self this week, I'm going to skip. But I was so excited to show you that I didn't want to, because that's how excited I am about this. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get to the board game. Here we are. This is my brand new TBR game. This is what will choose 5 reads every month for me. That will just give me some space to kind of choose other ones. I'm a mood reader, and it will also give me space to read books that authors and publishers have sent me that I'm trying to catch up on. This is my game piece. It is a crystal of Jack Skellington. Don't know how well you can see that. Hopefully you can see him. I will start here on this pink one. They're color coordinated, and I chose the colors and what they stand for based on what is on my shelves right now. So the pink is horror thriller, like any horror thriller. I just said horror here, but it's horror thriller. The purple is haunting, yellow vampires, blue is witchy, and the peachy is unhinged female. I just happen to have a lot of these subgenres on my shelves that I need to get through. So these will change later as I get through those and as things change. If I land on one of these things here, haunted by ghosts, attacked by spiders, consumed by slime, or abducted by aliens, then I have to draw one of these plot twist cards, which are my challenge cards. If I land on one of these green ones, then I have to draw from my witch bucket. It doesn't glow, but I have to draw from this bucket here. It has all of my horror thriller books that I haven't read in it. So whatever I draw, that's what I have to read if I land on one of those. Anytime I land on one of these that aren't marked, then I have to also draw a prompt card. So if I land on horror thriller, I draw a prompt. So it'll be like that plus a pretty cover or whatever. Or if I land on unhinged female plus a pretty cover or whatever the prompt is. I believe that's everything. There's also, this one double prompt. So I have to be able to match a book to 2 prompts. Or if I get an extra roll, that means I have an extra book for the month. If I don't complete all the 5 books from the TBR game, then I have an extra one for the next month automatically. If you can think of any extra rules to add or anything to make it more interesting, let me know down in the comments. I'm always open to suggestions or anything to make it, more fun, more challenging for myself. This is to chip away at my TBR, but also to push myself out of my comfort zone. So yeah, I'm all about it. Let's do our first pick. 12. It's a big number to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I already have a challenge card. Are you kidding me? I'm going to shuffle these up because they have not been shuffled. The colors don't mean anything. They're just random. I didn't color code them or anything. I have no idea what any of this stuff is. Alrighty. Plot twist card. A female villain. So a book that has a female villain. That should be fun. For this one, I chose My Sister, the Serial Killer. What better female villain is this? I'll read you a little bit of the back. I know I touched on this in a book haul. I don't think I read the whole back. I think I just said a little bit about it. Kurita's sister Ayula is many things. The favorite child, the beautiful one, possibly sociopathic. And now Ayula's 3rd boyfriend in a row is dead, stabbed through the heart with Ayula's knife. Kurita's practicality is the sister's saving grace. She knows the best solutions for cleaning blood: bleach, bleach, and more bleach. The best way to move a body, wrap it in sheets like a mummy. And she keeps Ayula from posting pictures on Instagram when she should be mourning her missing boyfriend. Not that she gets any credit. Kurita has long been in love with a kind, handsome doctor at the hospital where she works. She dreams of the day when he will realize that she's exactly what he needs. But when he asks Kurita for Ayula's phone number, she must reckon with what her sister has become and how far she's willing to go to protect her. Doesn't that sound so good? It's like a whole twisted, like multifaceted. Yeah, there's a lot to that. I'm really excited about it. On to our next roll. 3. 1, 2, 3. That is pink, so it's horror thriller. I'm gonna mix these up. Alrighty, let's see what we got. The last book you bought. So for this prompt, I actually had several options because I have bought a whole bunch of books at one time. So I had my pick, and I chose Walking Practice. This is translated from Korean, I believe, and it's about an alien. Let me tell you I'll just tell you what's on the inside cover here. After crashing their spacecraft in the middle of nowhere, a shape-shifting alien finds themselves stranded on an unfamiliar planet and disabled by Earth's gravity. To survive, they will need to practice walking, and what better way than to hunt for their food? As they discover humans are delicious. Intelligent, clever, and adaptable, the alien shifts their gender, appearance, and conduct to suit a prey's sexual preference, then attacks at the pivotal moment of their encounter. They use a variety of hunting tools, including a popular dating app, to target the juiciest prey and carry a backpack filled with torturous instruments and cleaning equipment. But the alien's existence begins to unravel one night when they fail to kill their latest meal. Thrust into an ill-fated chase across the city, the alien is confronted with the psychological and physical tolls their experience on Earth has taken. Questioning what they must do to sustain their own survival, they begin to understand why humans also fight to live. But their hunger is insatiable, and the alien once again targets a new prey, not knowing what awaits. Doesn't that sound freaking terrifying? And also the cover is really cool too. Yeah, I've been wanting this one for a while, so I was really excited to get that prompt. We have the third roll. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could go either way. I'm going to go this way. 6, 7. We have... I'm not going to shuffle them again because I've already shuffled them. Actually, there's just one card there. A one-word title. Okay, for this prompt, I chose Thirst. Recently got this in a Nightworms package, and I was so excited because I've been wanting to read it. Also, as a bonus, this also has queer rep, which is perfect because June is Pride Month, and I was hoping I could cross some of these prompts with LGBTQ rep, and I was able to do that with this one. Won't read you the whole thing, I'll just read you a couple little snippets because that's really all you need to get the gist of this one. Across 2 different time periods, 2 women, one vampire, one mortal, confront a yearning that will not let them rest. A breakout, genre-blurring novel from an exciting new voice of Latin America's feminist Gothic. And then at the bottom it says, with echoes of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Thirst plays with the boundaries of the Gothic genre while exploring female agency, all-consuming desire, and the fragile vitality of even the most immortal of creatures. Doesn't that sound good? We have our 4th roll here. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did the blue mean again? A witchy read. With foiling on the cover. Now, I thought I wasn't going to have anything for this prompt. It took me a little bit to find it because it was a witchy read with foiling on the cover. I have a lot of witchy reads, but I only had one with foiling on the cover, and that is The Luminaries. And it is an Illumicrate edition by Susan Dennard. Dennard? I think it's Dennard. Hopefully you can see that, but it has lots of foiling on the cover. Look how shiny. And then the spine, I'll just give you the whole tour of this one since you haven't seen it. Oh, you haven't seen it here. Maybe you've seen it elsewhere, but nice and shiny. And then the edges, it's really pretty. And then I'll show you the inside, because it's really pretty too. Illumicrate books are always stunning. Lots of shine to it, even to the hardcover. You don't see a lot of that foiling on the actual hardcover. And then the end pages. Looks nice and magical, doesn't it? And reading the synopsis, this kind of sounds like a YA book, which it's one of those that, like, sometimes I like, sometimes I don't, but I have heard really good things about this one, so I have high hopes. It says, Winnie Wednesday wants nothing more than to join the Luminaries, the ancient order that protects Winnie's town, and the rest of humanity from the monsters and nightmares that rise in the forest of Hemlock Falls every night. Ever since her father was exposed as a witch and a traitor, Winnie and her family have been shunned, but on her 16th birthday, she can take the deadly Luminary Hunter trials and prove herself true and loyal, and restore her family's good name, or die trying. But in order to survive, Winnie must enlist the help of the one person who can train her, Jay Friday, resident bad boy and Winnie's ex-best friend. While Jay might be the most promising new hunter in Hemlock Falls, he also seems to know more about the nightmares of the forest than he should. Together, he and Winnie will discover a danger lurking in the forest no one in Hemlock Falls is prepared for. Not all monsters can be slain, and not all nightmares are confined to the dark. Yeah. Excited about that one. It's been on my shelves for way too long. We have our 5th and final roll. 3. 1, 2, 3. Prompt card. New to you author. This one I had so many options with because it was so broad. Horror, thriller, new to you author. I have a million on my shelves. Not a million, but you know, a lot. And I chose Under the Skin by Michelle Faber. And it's a lady who picks up male hitchhikers. In this haunting, entrancing novel, Mikhail Faber introduces us to Isserley, a female driver who cruises the Scottish Highlands picking up hitchhikers. Scarred and awkward, yet strangely erotic and threatening, she listens to her hitchhikers as they open up to her, revealing clues about who might miss them if they should disappear. A grotesque and comical allegory, Under the Skin takes us on a heart-thumping ride through dangerous territory, our own moral instincts, and the boundaries of compassion to present a surreal representation of contemporary society run amok. Yeah. I don't know much about it aside from what's in the synopsis. I saw it on Goodreads and immediately had to have it because it sounds super interesting. That was all the books. I hope you enjoyed the TBR game. And this is my whole TBR stack. Of course, I'll add some more to it. I'm a mood reader. I wanted a little bit of space to add other things to it. Also, I'm trying to catch up on some books that authors and publishers have sent me. I don't plan on taking any more after these, aside from just very special circumstances. And I have my reasons for that. I'm wanting to dedicate a little bit more time for other things right now. Yeah, next week you'll be getting my May reading wrap-up. I forgot what month it was. Anyways, you'll be getting my May reading wrap-up. I have not read a lot of books this month because, yeah, it's just been that kind of a month. But, yeah, you'll be getting that. I will see you next Friday. Bye for now.